Good morning. I guess you get to watch the sunrise with me today. I love relaxing on Texas beaches. It's something that my family and I have done as long as I can remember. Interacting with my extended family on vacation recently has reminded me that some of them, a few of them, actively train their children to reject any science which conflicts with a literal interpretation of Genesis. Any science, cosmology, geology, biology, anything. Now, which version of the Genesis story, I don't know. I'm not sure how they, their particular brand of reconciling Genesis 1 and 2. But that's what they do. It's natural that our different approaches to nature would come up occasionally because we all love nature and on vacation we're out in it, and so our different approaches to nature are exposed. I drop little comments to the kids, try to inspire critical thinking, like when we're looking at the stars, I'll mention how far away they are and how long it takes the light to get here, the speed of light, if things are 25 light years away, it takes 25 years for the light to get here. If they're millions of light years away, then the light's been traveling for millions of years. I was giving them gifts to do with science and like handmade gifts having to do with the age of rocks and how long it takes for them to form, long before I knew they were creationists. I care about them, so I could fall into the trap of feeling like I've failed, like I haven't done everything I can do if they don't shake free of their indoctrination, or at least some of it. What if they go their whole lives afraid to pursue science? What if such good minds are wasted because of fear and ignorance? And what if they perpetuate that indoctrination to the next generation? And the next, and the next, on and on. So I could have a sense of despair, but this summer I had a realization. I don't have to fight every fight. I don't have to make this battle with this particular part of my family my mountain to die on. I don't have to make an ass of myself every time I'm around them, stressing every single point about science. I don't have to do that. And furthermore, if I did that, I'd probably be estranged from this part of the family, which would be counterproductive if I want to have an influence on them. Maybe in this case, it's enough that I've dropped little comments. It's enough that they can infer that these kids can infer that people that they care about have a different worldview and are still happy and lovable. Maybe it's enough that I've helped other family members become comfortable with science concepts, even the ever-demonized evolution. Maybe it's enough that I teach science to kids at work. There are lots of ways that you and I can help fight the fight. And of course I don't mean violently, I mean metaphorically. I brainstormed a little list here of things that we can do that if you're not already doing them. You can support the NCSE, you can support the TFN, the Texas Freedom Network. The NCSE, by the way, is National Center for Science Education. Friends of Texas Public Schools. We can learn about science ourselves, become educated, so that if somebody says something ignorant or fear-mongering, we can offer a little insight. We can share science videos and science blogs through whatever social media you use, email or Facebook. Just little things. Get them out there, little bits of TED Talks. We can support museums and zoos and groups that teach science in a fun, interactive way. Basically, if we do what we can do, we'll feel peace that we've done what we can do. realize that the more little things we do in science and in conversation, the more we sculpt our world to be logic and science friendly. Ooh, gonna have to shade my eyes for a minute. And anyone with any humanitarian values or just a little bit of knowledge of history can tell you that science and logic help the world progress. I mean, sewage treatment, vaccines, the internet, world travel, personal hygiene. You know, some of those might be double-edged swords, but they are better than rocks. So you can help make this world a better place right now. And the better we make it, the harder it is for indoctrination and ignorance and fear to take hold. So perhaps some of my family will grow up ignorant of all we've discovered in ecology and biology and astronomy and cosmology, but it will be hard for them to do so. It'll be hard, in part, because of me. It'll be hard for them to grow up indoctrinated because of the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, zoos, museums, let me think, the internet, YouTube, gosh, what else? Oh, public education. They'll be interacting with people who are educated through the public schools. It'll be, you know, college and the NCSE and their peers. Texas is becoming more multicultural. Yes, even Texas. We've got Catholics and Mormons. In my travels, I've seen billboards for Scientology and Islam. We've got synagogues. We've got pretty strong atheist meetup groups and fellowship groups. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the bus ads. All of this means that we have a culture that is becoming multicultural, and it is much, much harder to stay indoctrinated and to stay only aware of one culture when you are surrounded by others. This generation may be successful in indoctrinating their children, but it will be a hard-won battle. And the next generation will have an even harder time. It will require more and more draconian methods to indoctrinate people and keep them ignorant. And that's a good thing. Maybe the next generation will have a harder time. And maybe the next generation won't even want to indoctrinate their kids. Maybe they will get sick and tired of the conflict between their parents' religion and reality. Because of actions by us, this world can become more reasonable and more humane. And a more reasonable, logical, and humane world will help people see through religious fiction. It is my YouTube anniversary, so a sincere thank you to everyone who has subscribed and friended me, and you know, all your thoughts, your comments, your challenges, those are inspiring and thought-provoking and a lot of fun, and you guys help make YouTube worth the while, and you're awesome. So I hope you don't get seasick easily. Thank you. There's a mountain to die on, metaphysically. Metaphysically. Wow, that got bright. Ooh. Ah. Woo, it's getting hot out here already.